Hey guys, it's SimQueen, and today I'm doing another speed build for the A to Z build challenge. This time I am on the letter N, and I believe that's like the 14th letter of the alphabet, so I'm just over halfway done this challenge. I feel like it's just flying by really quickly. I've been doing pretty much a speed build every week for this challenge, so it's going by pretty quickly. This house is a nano house. Now let me just say the letter N has been the toughest one to do so far, and I know that I've been saying that a lot with almost every build I've done, but truly letter N was the most difficult. My other option was neoclassical, but it was so, and I loved that. I loved that style, but it was so similar to the antebellum style of house, which I've already done for this challenge, so I decided not to do that. And then I've heard about a house called Nano House, or Nano Living, they call it, which is like tiny homes, but it's like somehow even smaller than tiny homes. And I mean, you can only do so small, especially in The Sims. The thing about nano houses is that they're supposed to be like super eco-friendly and sustainable, but the thing with them is that they have a lot of spaces that can be converted into something else, like living rooms that can be converted into a bedroom for later use, like Murphy beds and things like that. Now we don't have that in The Sims 4. We had Murphy beds in The Sims 3, I believe. It'd be kind of cool if they could bring those back, but I remember your Sims could actually even die from having a Murphy bed collapse on top of them, which is a funny death. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to be able to do something like that where you can convert one space into another, but I realized there's just no way to do it in The Sims. You have to have these designated rooms, and so that is what I am doing. So yeah, the nano house, it's basically just a mini home, and I'm just calling it a nano house. It does have that skylight on the top. Whenever I place those skylights, I pretty much just consider them to be kind of like a solar panel, and so I'm imagining that this house is completely run on solar power. And there's also like a little garden area at the front of the house as well, where they can kind of grow their own stuff. And yeah, I'm just trying to make it as eco-friendly as possible in this tiny, tiny little space. This may be the smallest house I've ever built. I'm not exactly sure. Bathrooms are a little bit tough because you do need a certain amount of space in order to make it functional. And I know that in a nano house in real life, the bathroom would be even smaller than this one, I think. But yeah, realistically, nano houses are even smaller than this space. But in order to actually make the house function, which is important to me. Like, there's no point in building something if it doesn't actually work, if your Sims can't actually even use everything in the space. So I made it as small as I possibly could and tried to use up the space as wisely as possible. So there's this little kitchen area that does have like a corner sort of island, and I put two seats there. One has a little laptop on it, so you could use that as sort of like a computer space, and like a little bookshelf next to it, so that could be sort of like a little office area if your Sim needed it. I do believe I changed the color scheme of this little bedroom area. I wasn't completely satisfied with it, but this house is interesting because it doesn't have any other interior walls other than the bathroom. So you just walk in, it's a little open space with like no living room. It's got a TV on a dresser, but no place to like sit, no formal seating area. I guess this probably would be the smallest house I've ever done. I've done mini homes before, but this one is like, it's taken it to a whole new level because it really does not have an actual bedroom. But I love this space. I love the way it turned out. I'm super happy with it. It's not too cluttered. I wanted to clutter it up a little bit though, just to make it look like someone actually does make their life work here. Like, there is a way to live in this space and make it work. And I pictured maybe like a younger couple living in this space, and they don't need a lot of stuff, they don't need a lot of space either, and they sort of just make it work, and they have like a little garden, and they grow their own food. And I mean, when I place the garden, I just put a whole bunch of flowers and bushes and things like that in the planter boxes, but you could always plant your own stuff, which would make a lot more sense, I think. Here I'm just putting a dresser with a TV on top of it, and if your Sims want to watch TV, they have to sit on the bed and do that. I thought about maybe somehow working a couch into the space, but I just didn't think there was a way to do it. I wasn't even fully confident. I believe that your Sims can get on either side of the bed with that amount of space. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong, and I have not player tested it because I'm in such a hurry to get these videos out, so I haven't tested it yet, but I'm really hoping that you can access both sides of the bed. But I mean, I'm not totally sure. I feel like I've seen someone else do it and it worked out just fine. So hopefully that does work. And then the bathroom here, I just put like a little counter with a sink, stand-up shower, toilet, just the basics in there. Not too cluttered up. Did put like a painting and a couple of towel racks. And that's pretty much it for the bathroom. I did put in tile and hardwood later on, and I don't exactly remember what I chose, but also at the end of the bed here, I put this table. Now, I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know. Mostly just for like more surface area, more storage kind of thing. Also, like, I like the idea of being able to pull it up if you want to eat in bed, and you can just kind of sit there and have this thing laying across your bed, and you can eat right in your bed. So that was kind of what I was thinking for that. Hung up a bunch of clothes behind the, above the bed there as well for storage. Put a bookshelf there. I think I later moved the bookshelf and put in a mirror because I thought a big mirror on the wall would sort of open this space up a little bit more. So I did do that, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. This is just a very interesting, quirky build, and it was really fun to do, but I've been doing a lot of smaller builds lately. The last one was a motel though, so I felt like I could get away with doing another small one since the last one was so big. I did put a chair there as well if they wanted to sit in it or move in front of the TV or whatever. Just try to make the space as functional as possible and as livable as possible. And I think this whole house ended up costing about $31,000, which is not too bad. I did use some rather expensive stuff. And here I'm just changing everything to black because I wasn't really feeling the brown that much. But yeah, $31,000 I don't think is too bad. It's not considered a starter home, but I could see one of my Sims maybe living in this house, but not for very long. Like, you can't have a family here, obviously. I would like to see a mini home though that you could have kids in. Like, that would be very interesting to me, because I've never seen a mini home with more than one bedroom. So I'm sure they exist, but it'd be kind of fun to create one. And I do believe I changed the hardwood from this lighter color to a black. I can't remember. I was really just struggling with that. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure if I should change it or keep it. And then I was playing around with rugs a little bit. And I think I do end up making it black. But I like both. If you want to change it back, you can easily do that. But yeah, I went back and forth so much. I think I just went with black for the whole thing. And the little rug next to the bed. And that is pretty much it for the inside. I think. Oh, I forgot about windows. I forgot about windows until the last minute, so I just moved a few things and added a couple of windows. You definitely need them just to open up the space and feel like you're not in a tin can. So I put a few in there. And then for the little front yard area, I wanted like a little semi-covered deck area with a table and chairs where you can sit. That way they do have like an actual table and chairs because they don't have that inside. So you could come outside and eat if you really wanted to. So I put like a little bit of a, what's that called? Trellis? Is that the word? I don't even know. I think that's what it's called. But that little fencing above the deck there, just to make it a little bit covered. So I put that there, and then I think that's pretty much it for that little deck area. In that yard, I put a little tree in the very center of everything. I don't know exactly why I did that, just to make it look more green, I guess. Sized it down though, made it look kind of, I don't know. I kind of look at it and think, like, why would someone grow a tree there? But I think it kind of looks cute. Put some planters around and just put a whole bunch of flowers and bushes in it. But if you do download this house, you can obviously plant whatever you want in those planters. Just wanted to make it look a little bit more filled in. And then I think I put a lounge chair in there as well, so you can sit back there, and some shrubs just to fill it in a little bit. And I did put a driveway as well, and I wanted to use the new objects that we can get with the new cheat. I think it's called, I forget what it was called, but I did have to cut and like spend some time finding the cheat, and I think it was like show live edit objects or something like that. And we have access to all of these new items like the cars. So I wanted to be able to put the car in there. And here I am just looking at a few, like the wheelbarrow, and I was thinking like, this is my first time checking it out since we got this update. So I definitely wanted to look at everything, and I placed that car there just because those cars are a lot smoother than like sizing up the toy cars, and they actually look like they belong in the game. So I did put that there as well, which I think looks kind of nice. Just again, looking at some more of the weird items we got. Garbage can, mailbox, and I think I just put in a little bit more fencing just to sort of close it off a little bit, and a couple of trees around the property. And that is pretty much it for the Nano house. If you enjoyed this speed build, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.